It's Sunday night. It's 8:30. And we're live from my front room. If there's such a thing. We've had a fantastic weekend. Hope you have as well. On Friday, actual VE Day, we had a do in the village. Shell and I sort of put it together with a couple other people, and the idea was we have a get together apart. So I stuck the PA up in the village, and I put all the PA stuff in the back of the car, speakers out front. And around the village, people came out into the front gardens, decorated all their houses with bunting and the Union Jacks and everything. It was just fantastic. We did a great British quiz. That was good fun. Bingo. I haven't called bingo since flipping the 80s, like Ladra Bay, Shalabra Bay. I called bingo. Flipping heck. And it was great, and everyone threw themselves into it. And then we got to 3 o'clock. And I took a feed from the BBC and I played Sir Winston Churchill's VE Day celebration speech through the village. It was sort of booming right through the village, and it was quite poignant because you could hear a pin drop, and people were standing there with their drinks and their Union Jacks outside their houses in the gardens, social distancing, and it was quite eerie and quite emotional, quite moving actually. And right at the end, where Sir Winston said, "Advance Britannia, God save the King," and I hit straight away, "Rule Britannia." Well, the whole village sang, waving their flags. Then I played Land of Hope and Glory and the national anthem, and it was flipping wonderful. We loved it. We were exhausted, 6 hours we did, but it was just great community spirit, and I'm sure you did something similar where you were. And Shell, of course, mine hostess, the lady that's talking to you now on the computer up there, She went around the village just to see what music people would like me to play and check it, everyone was happy. And it wasn't just, of a certain age, there was kids there as well, and they were all throwing themselves into it. It was really lovely. And there's a couple of girls down the road, and she said to them, they're all dressed up, said, "You're having a lovely time." She said, "I'm having a really lovely time." And she said, "You look really pretty in your hair, that's nice." She said, "The colour of my hair is mousy." And she said, "Is it?" She said, "Yes, Mummy and Daddy told me that the colour of my hair is mousy." She said, "Well, that's lovely. It looks rich." She said, "My sister's hair is light brown because Mummy and Daddy told her that her hair is light brown." And she said, "Well, that's really lovely. You have a lovely..." She said, "Mummy's hair is auburn." And she said, "Well, did her Mummy and Daddy tell her?" She said, "No, that's what it says on the box." Kids say, oh, hang on, boom. Kids say the funniest things. My Evie Ring, the other day, because she's been homeschooled at the moment, like a lot of kids are, and Justin and Lynn are doing a great job. The other day, Evie stubbed her toe, and she's crying, "Oh, it's my toe." And Justin said, "All right, come to Daddy, I'll kiss it better. Which toe is it?" And she said, "The one without roast beef." So he's doing well. He's doing well with the homeschooling. And the other day she said, "Daddy, thanks for teaching me." He said, "Darling, you're welcome." She said, "Daddy," she said, "I love you." And he said, "I love you too, Evie." And she said, "Dad, when I'm grown up, I want to marry you." He said, "Look, you can't marry Daddy." She said, "Okay then, I'll marry Dylan," her brother. My grandson. "I married Dylan." He said, "No, you can't marry Dylan." "Why not?" He said, "Darling, you can't marry anyone in your family." She said, "Oh no, that means I'll have to marry a complete stranger." Bless, I think she's like missing her school and her friends at school. It's like 2 months now since they've been able to go to school. And because she's quite young, but they just started her on the basic science lessons. And her teacher, I'm not sure her name, apparently one of the lessons just before they had to stop going, held up a magnet. And she said, "Boys and girls, My name begins with an M, and I pick up things. What am I? And Evie put her hand up. She said, I think you're mummy. Bless, my kids are lovely. Grandkids are doing great. There is a few problems, you know, if your kids are a little bit rowdy and you're stuck in the house with them all the time, you can drive, you flip them out. And just up the road from Justin, there's a lady there who's got about 4 kids, and they're a bit out of control, a bit rowdy. As we would say in the West Country, they mallers. And she was talking to Justin the other day. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm at wit's end with the kids at the end of my tether. She said, I'm seriously thinking of selling them. You can't do that. Don't be mad. She said, you think I'm mad for wanting to sell my children? He said, no, I think you're mad if you think anyone would buy them. Right, well, here's the thing. He calmed her down a bit. She's just got a bit stressed. He said, look from a distance at this. If you had your life to live over again, just think of this. If you had your life to live over again, would you still have children? And she said, yes, but not these ones. Bless. Oh, while we've got children here, because I know a lot of the kids watch the early part of the show. If you just joined us, I normally do a little bit for the kids at the beginning. Kids. And later it might get a little bit cheeky, not necessarily, but it might do. It might get slightly cheeky, but kids, it probably won't get cheeky at all. I suddenly had the desire to go. Now, if you haven't seen this before, I've written some books called Logical Nursery Rhymes, because nursery rhymes don't make sense. You won't see a cow jump over a moon or a dish run away with a spoon. And the first one I did, I know some of you have seen it, was Humpty Dumpty, to demonstrate it. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men did absolutely nothing because it was only an egg. That's the sort of thing that's going to make sense for the kids. So I've got one for you now, children. Logical nursery rhyme. Mary had a little lamb. Very popular nursery rhyme. Just before I do it, I'll see if I can leap in the air. I'll see if I can leap in the air. Yeah. Here we go then. Logical nursery rhyme. Mary had a little lamb. Are you ready? Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day. This was against the rules. It used a GPS tracking system. This lamb was no one's fool. So now, she'd never be alone. The lamb would track her down. So running out of options, Mary headed out of town. The lamb was here. The lamb was there. It wouldn't let her be. So Mary did what she had to do and ate it for her tea. Oh, lovely. Logical nursery rhyme. Trouble is now I'm thinking of roast lamb. I'm terrible. If someone mentions food to me or I think of food, then I flip in one neck. Hang on, let's have a drink. Happy VE Day weekend, everyone. Cheers. Up your bum. That's a celebration we do. Instead of bottoms up, we say up your bum. Well, we laughed our heads off last night because we watched The Darkest Hour, the Winston Churchill film. Did you see it last night? Brilliant. And there was a bit where apparently his first attempt at the victory sign was the wrong way round, and he was told by his secretary that it meant up your bum, and it was just so funny to hear Winston Churchill, well, Gary Oldman, walking through the bunker underground going, up your bum. So cheers, up your bum. So, I love me food. I'm eating too much, but I've got to say, and this is sort of a celebration really, because we're not struggling at all, really, are we, for food and stuff? And we go to the supermarket, I'm sure it's the same where you are, and they're brilliant. The staff there are brilliant. And in a way, they're sort of putting themselves on the line, but they're great. They spray the trolley before you go in. They will wipe you down with a wet wipe if you ask, £5. And And they sit behind them perspex things serving you. I think they're just brilliant. And not only them key workers, but also people that deliver the food, pack the food, the farmers across, all brilliant. And we all love our NHS and our emergency services. They're fantastic, but the whole community is working hard for us. And I think that's great because we can get whatever food we want in this crisis. We can order takeaway food and stuff. But, I mean, it's all brilliant, but you do miss the little things, don't you? And even the things that used to annoy you. Because talking of takeaways, when I used to go to fish and chip shop, just think, oh, it's a flipping queue, don't need it. But when you think back, hello mate, you getting your tea? How's the family? That's what you just missed that. But the last time I went to a fish and chip shop, there was a bit of a problem. I'd say, what happened? This bloke, I was in the queue, just talking, this bloke pushed in front of everyone. Big bloke, lots of tattoos on his tattoos, and he said, to the bloke behind the counter, he said, I'd like cod and chips, please. This is, a few years back before Brexit and that. He said, well, I'm sorry, sir, we can't give you any cod. Because of the European Fishing Commission, cod's being overfished, and we can't get any at the moment. It's quite difficult to get hold of it, so we've got no cod. Can I offer you anything else? He said, well, I'd like cod and chips. No, he said, lover, because of the European Fishing Commission, they're not allowed to fish for cod, and that's why we've got no cod. He said, all right, don't patronise me. Just give me a portion of chips. He said, well, now I feel guilty because you come in for your tea, a big strapping lad, portion of chips is not enough. Would you like something with your chips? He said, could I have a piece of cod? He said, you're not getting with it. He said, bear with me. Let's play a little game. Take the word hake, a nice piece of fish, and remove the H. And what would you get? He said, well, that'll be ache. He said, well done. 1 point. Take the word salmon and remove the S. What would you get then? He said, that would be ammon. He said, well done. He said, what would you get if you take the F out of cod? He said, hang on, there's no F in cod. He said, and we have a winner. Boom. So, yeah, here's a nice song for you. I could do with losing a bit of weight. My mate's on a diet. He's told me he's on a low carb diet. I zoomed him the other night. He hadn't lost any weight. I said, you're on a low carb diet? Or he said, yes, low carbohydrate diet. I said, how's that working out? He says, brilliant. He said, I can eat chips, but only if I'm lying down. So yeah, do you know, everyone's trying to do this. Apparently Boris said tonight we can exercise a bit more than we're doing. But I know there are people out there that do the old Fitbit thing. So a great thing online today can help you with the Fitbit. Take your Fitbit off, put it in the tumble dryer for 5 minutes before you go out, and you don't have to walk so far. Isn't that brilliant? Tell me if it's just me. Or are you sharing this with people? Or are you doing the little lovely things? Shall tell me later on. Still, if this is the first time you come to see my show, come to see the show, come to see my show on your computer, take a picture. I love to see who's watching the show, because people watch this all over the world. So, I'm drinking too much. Well, I think we're all drinking too much. And I suppose it's because we're locked in. The other night, I was tipping away the empties into the recycle. Hell of a racket, people shouting at the windows, people trying to sleep here. One lady said, are you all right? Yeah, we're fine. She said, oh, I thought a truck had smashed through your front window. We do have a drink or two. We've got to be careful, because today I read, I think it was the Mail online, that the dangers of drinking in the lockdown, people are drinking too much. It was quite scary what it was saying, and it scared me anyway. I let Shell read it, scared her as well, and we made a pact together. We decided we're going to give up reading from now. I think it's the right thing to do. Mum and Dad do, or turn right, let's do a boom. Mum and Dad are doing all right. You know, they don't need a lot of exercise, I suppose. 88 is 87. They got their garden, which is nice, and they sat the front garden for VE Day. And I spoke to Dad, and I said, you have a lovely day? He said, lovely. And he's been asking me the same question every time I ring him. I've been in the business over 50 years now, and he always says, got any work coming in? Any jobs? And I said, Dad, no one's working at the moment. Everything's shut down, no one's working. He said, well, you're still doing your show on Sunday night, he calls it, on the Facebook. No idea what it is, because they haven't got smartphones or anything. We did buy my mum a tablet once. I think she took it with a drink of water. And so but the thing is, these shows now, I put them all on YouTube, but when this lockdown thing's all over, some of my family will go around and show them some of the videos. And Dad said, I got a couple of jokes you can tell people on the Facebook. I said, well, I don't really do jokes, Dad. I sort of talk about my family. So you've got to do these jokes. They're hilarious. So just in case you watch it, you might watch this. So here we go, Father. Those jokes you told me, I'm going to do them now. Hang on. Boom. Right, so the top of this job, I've got to tell you. So an old lady passed away. It's not depressing, is it? Dear old lady passed away. And she was going to heaven. And she was on the escalator up. She could see the pearly gates going up the escalator. Halfway up, the angel Gabriel jumped down. Scared her to death. Well, if she wasn't dead, probably. And she said, oh, hello. So I'm the angel Gabriel. Just to let you know, if you want to get into heaven, I assume you do. She said, yeah, I'd love to get into heaven. He said, when St. Peter asks you your name, you've got to tell him the name you were born with, else it won't let you in. The name you entered this earth at. She said, all right, I got it. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you. You're an angel. So she went up the escalator, got to the top. There was St. Peter. He said, name. Lovely voice, good singing voice. Tenor. Name. And she said, my name's Mary Miller from Tiverton. Mary Miller? Mary Miller? Said Peter, said, I don't believe it. Mary Miller from Tiverton. It's me, Peter, from Cullompton. She said, well, you've done well for yourself. He said, check the wings out. St. Peter. He said, how are you? Mary Miller. She said, well, to be honest with you, I'm dead. He said, of course you are. What's wrong with me? Pearly gates, halo, hello. Of course you're dead. Can I help you? She said, well, can I come in? Into heaven? He said, of course you can, lover. Come in. Open the pearly gates. She said, can I ask one more favour? He said, what's that? She said, could you arrange a meeting with my first husband for me? He said, of course I can. You just wait in reception. Heaven's got reception. He said, there's a couple of magazines you could read. There's a life magazine called Death. A travel magazine called Going Nowhere. He said, I'll try and get your husband. Can you tell me what his name is? She said, John Smith. He said, flipping out. Hang on. We got billions of John Smiths. I don't want to bring the wrong bloke here. He said, mind you, in heaven, we can tell who someone is by the last words they uttered on earth. I don't suppose there's any chance you can remember what she said. No, I know exactly what he said to me before he died. He said, what's that? He said, Mary, when I go, if you ever sleep with another man, I'll turn in my grave. Oh, he said, you want spinning John Smith? Go do the other one. 7, 3, 4, do the other one. Thank you, Father. I have no idea if it's gone well, because I can't hear anyone. They might be clapping, they might be shouting boom. If they're shouting boom, Dad, it means it was a good job. Have a look. Go tell you this other one. Not depressing at all, it's about someone else dying. that's the only jokes he tells me. No, look at the time. Can you believe this flipping time? It flies by on a Sunday night, doesn't it? Oh, I've got messages coming through. Hang on, before I tell my dads. Let's do these now and then I'll do with that. Carol and Steve, is that Moat Shell? Mole. Carol and Steve Mole, birthday today and tomorrow. Lateral Bay fans from Kay Fisher. Happy birthday, my lovers. I'll do these ones here as well. And Damien Weston, who's 38 today. That comes from Danielle Tucker. Happy birthday, lover. Hello, Georgia Sevier. Who's 17 this week, love from Dad Lee. That's for Georgia Sevier. Happy birthday, my sweetheart. And Paige Gallagher, who is 15 later this week. That comes from Sarah and the family. Paige Gallagher. I've done them all. Right, got to do my dad's second joke. So another bloke was about to die. He was quite ill. And he wanted to go, he's desperate to go to heaven because him and his wife are quite religious and they believed heaven was where the streets were paved for gold. They often say, whoever goes first, you'll be up there where the streets are paved for gold and the other one will join you soon. Anyway, he's a businessman as well. He was quite ill, a businessman. He wanted to take some of his money to heaven, so he spoke to his priest. He said, Vicar, he said, I want to take some of my money up to heaven. He said, lover, you can't take any money and you don't need it up there. He said, I've worked all my life not be able to take some of my money into heaven. He said, here's £10,000, £10,000. Have a word with God and see if he'll let me take some. He said, I'm at £10,000. He said, all right then, I'll have a word later. He said, when I come back from the bookies. Next day, dear old chap saw me again. He said, I'm not long for this world. I'm not far for this world. I'm not long for this world. He said, did you speak to God? He said, I spoke to him. And he said, you can take one bag of your fortune up. He said, Vicar, thank you. And he got in the taxi straight to the bank, straight into the bank vault. He hit a hold all, taking all gold bars out of the bank vault. These gold bars, zipped it up, got himself back home, collapsed and died. And his family knew his wishes and they buried the bag in the coffin. And he's going to heaven, he's going up the escalator. Just see Mary Miller in the distance. Gabriel. So he got up there. And St. Peter said, what's your name? He said, Stephen Williams. He said, you were born Stephen Williams? He said, yes. He said, let me just check. Yes, you can go in, lover. He said, hang on. What you got there? He said, I got a bag of my fortune, some of my fortune. He said, well, you can't take that in heaven. He said, I can actually, because my vicar had a word with God. And God said I could take one bag. He said, hang on a minute, just check. Intercom. Bing bong. Hello, God. Is that the Almighty there? Peter here. St. Peter. Pearly Gates. So I got a bloke here called Stephen Williams who reckons his priest spoke to you and reckons he can take some of his fortune into heaven. I told him there's no what? Say again? All right. Thank you, Lord. See you later. Maybe for tea. Take care. He said, well, I just spoke to God and he said, you can have one carry-on bag. He said, thank you. Hallelujah. Lovely song. He said, right, come through the gates. He said, well, just before I do let you in, actually, he said, I want to see what's in your bag. He said, well, I got permission. He said, I know, but I want to see what's in your bag. He unzipped the bag, and there's all these bars of gold and some papers and bits. He said, I don't believe it. You come all the way to heaven, and you bring with you half a ton of pavement. What's his word in that? Jeanette Richards' 60th birthday from Tor Point. Love her. Happy birthday from Louise. Catherine, my niece, 40th birthday on Wednesday. I know. Catherine, happy birthday for Wednesday. Hello, Paul and Jenny Gregory from Debbie. Hello, look at the flipping time. So we've got about 5 minutes left. Where's the time go? It's ridiculous. So, what I did is different now because with the lockdown things have changed. But years ago, do you remember a couple of months ago when life was all, like, fast forward? You didn't have time to do anything. Everything's crazy. It's all slowed down now, which in a way is good, but we'd like to be able to do a bit more. But like, I had this idea a while back to do an album of short songs for people with not a lot of time on their hands. Because you rush through your day, you're picking up the kids, you don't have time to sit down and listen to a whole song. So I thought, I'll do an album of short songs for people with not a lot of time on their hands. I'm going to do it now. Here's a couple of the tracks from the album, a short song. This is a short version of a Frank Sinatra classic from the album. And now, the end. Do another one for you. This is a song from Mary Poppins. Do you remember? Bert was played by Dick Van Dyke. What a brilliant, genuine Cockney accent. Everyone thought he was, well, terrible accent. But here's a song that Bert sang in Mary Poppins, short version of Enjoy. She's a bird. Thank you. One more for you. Short version of Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee. Obviously, there's no room for the piano tonight, so I have to play the recording that I did earlier. Short version. Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to finish, end of show. I've got a whole routine there of about 15 gags that I thought I was going to fit in tonight. But I'll do it next week, won't I? Time's flown by. I really enjoyed it tonight. Have you had a good time? Tell me. Thanks. You're just the best, you lot. So I'm going to finish off with my most famous poem. Now, I did this poem on the Des O'Connor show from years ago. And, well, I tell you why I did it. I love this poem and I thought it was great. And then the lovely Joe Pasquale, who's a hero of mine, and is actually going around delivering PPE at the moment in his car. Great guy, really nice. He took me out to dinner, him and Tony Joe from the Grumbleweeds, took me and Michelle out for dinner, and before I was about to do my big Des O'Connor show, and he said, run through your material for the show, so I went through it. He said, yeah, it's all good, Andy. I said, Joe Pasquale said, that's all good, Andy, yeah, it's good. And I finished, and I said, do you know what? What I'd really like to do is some of my daft poetry. He said, then go and tell us in. And I did this poem. He said, oh, you've got to do that. So I did this poem on the Des O'Connor show. I did it sort of halfway through the spot, but it went so well that they edited it and put it at the end of the spot. So that was like my out. So it became my most famous poem, and I'm going to finish at my end of the show tonight, is my Garlic Crusher poem. Hope you enjoy. And I will see you next week, because we're going to be stuck here for a while, aren't we? See you next week. You promise you'll be there, won't you? Okay, this is my ode to a garlic crusher. You're my garlic crusher. You aid my butter taste. I love to squeeze your handles and watch the garlic push through your face. You're my garlic crusher, lying in the drawer, waiting for me to take you out. But I don't mean to the cinema. You're You're my garlic crusher. You cost me £2.20. I realise with you around, my life is not so empty. You're my garlic crusher. I'll see you next week. You've been brilliant. Thanks, everybody.